Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Sacred Union Within Conception series. So I'm so excited to share another update on my conception, my conscious conception journey, in the hopes and prayers that it inspires you, empowers you, makes you think about things differently, and helps you along your conception journey. And so I am after ovulation before getting my period. So I'm kind of in that waiting zone of, oh my god, I could be pregnant, or it could not be. And yeah, it's so important to hold ourselves gently and softly through all the different kind of the roller coaster that a conception journey can be. It doesn't necessarily have to be a roller coaster. It can just be this beautiful unfolding of divine timing and the mystery of that. And so I want to share, first about some challenges I've had this past week. So where is it? Right here. My midwife, mentor, Wapio, who I did my holistic doula training through, she recommended this amazing little fertile focus tool. It is so simple. It's literally amazing. You can buy it on Amazon for like $20. And it's a little mini microscope. And you just lick it. You just lick this little thing. Wait 5 minutes for it to dry. And then you push this little light and you look into the microscope and you turn it until you adjust it and see clearly. And either your saliva, if you're not ovulating, will just be little dots, like it'll just look like saliva. But if you're ovulating, it looks like a ferning plant. And so I've been tracking my ovulation with this. And this past week, one of the days, I saw some little ferning. And so me and Zohar were joking all day. Like, can you feel me ferning? You know, kind of this playful, sensual vibe. But the thing about tracking is then you know, okay, I'm ovulating. So that means I need to make love in this specific window if I want to get pregnant. And it puts, in my experience, a little bit of pressure. And so because we had been kind of playfully, you know, are you feeling me ferning? Almost like, you know, foreplay. Then that evening, when we went to make love, I don't know, ladies, if you've ever experienced this, but I was starting to notice that I was not fully there. I wasn't fully in the moment. My head was somewhere else, and we had just been doing, like, looking at our house plans on the tablet, like doing something completely different on technology, becoming aware that it's getting late, and so switching gears. And I don't know about you, but I know for a lot of women, we don't just switch gears on a dime, you know, it takes us a while. And so I was just noticing I was just in my head, but then, you know, when you're in your head and then you try and get out of your head through your head, and you're like, oh no, I'm in my head. Okay, let me get out of my head. Okay, let me breathe. Okay, let me focus on my body. Let me focus on the sensation. And you're trying to get out of your head, but you're still actually using your head. There is nothing that turns a man off more than us being in our heads, because when we're in our heads, we're more in our masculine energy, right? We're not embodied. We're not in our femininity. We're not in our heart. We're not in our body. And so it starts to suck the magnetism, the chemistry, like right out of the room when we're in our head. But then there was this people-pleasing part of me who felt like she couldn't speak up. She felt like, if I just stay in this act that is pleasurable, then I just need to wait it out. And I might, get more in the mood, more in my body. Ladies, no. The lesson was, eventually, Zora communicated. His body, one, communicated. And then two, he verbally communicated, like, I feel like you're not here. And I was also aware of that. And we ended up discussing him saying, I want the real you. I don't care if that means you're not in the mood, you're in your head, you're kind of checked out, you need some more time, but don't ever just go through the motions, because there's, layers of pressure, of people pleasing, and I'm ferning, I'm ovulating, and, so I should be more in the vibe, and I'm just not. And so every single cycle, there's lessons, beautiful lessons for me. Like, what a blessing that the baby hasn't come yet, because there's so many lessons that I'm learning. Ooh, that's still a part of me that I can heal and shift, of communicating, expressing myself more authentically and openly. And actually, I'm right now tending to a sore, like slightly sore throat. And so I'm on this journey of, okay, what's my next level of authentic expression? That's what spirit and my body, the message that I'm receiving, is in all areas of my life. And so, that was a hard moment, when you just you don't want to ruin the moment, but you're actually already ruining the moment by not just expressing yourself authentically and vulnerably, and so next time I'm just gonna say, hey my love, can we pause for a moment? I'm noticing I'm in my head and I just need some time. Can we just cuddle for a couple of minutes? And Zohar said, maybe we take a pause for a couple of minutes or a couple of hours or a couple of days. It doesn't matter. We could pause, and that was the opportunity of the moment to speak up, and that me honoring myself and expressing that sparks the chemistry right back up, and we could end up making love super passionately 5 minutes later. But there's no pressure for that. That's not the intention. It's just really honoring ourselves, and it's okay to stop. It's okay to pause. It's okay that things aren't going the way that we think that they should. And so that was a big... sorry, I'm moving the camera. I want the video to be bright for you guys. So that was a big lesson. And another update is I went to a women's, mostly all mamas except for me, gathering this past week, and I showed up. There was maybe 8 to 10 women and maybe 10 to 12 babies, all under 4, most of them like 6 months to 2 years old. I walked in and I'm like, this is exactly what I need right now. Mamas and babies to get in the vibe, to fill up my baby fever cup. And it was so nourishing to be around. And these are like-minded women. These are home birthing women, homeschooling women, homesteading women. A lot of them are birth workers, doulas, studying to be midwives. Like, it was they were sharing about their birth stories, and it was just so, some of them are holistic practitioners, like crunchy mamas. And I shared that I'm in the conception chapter of our journey, and the woman who was hosting was like, oh my god, I have to gift you my ovulation box. And she said, I ordered this box, and here it is. This is the blessed box. It's called Pregable Ovulation Test Kit. She said, I ordered this box off of Amazon, and by the time I got it, which Amazon shipping, she almost instantly got pregnant. She got pregnant. So then she gifted it to another one of our friends that was there. And she gifted it to her, and before she even used one of these little strips that you pee on and it tells you if you're ovulating or not, she got pregnant. And then she gifted it to literally 2 other friends, and the exact same thing happened. Like, this has been with 5 women, and it's completely full. And they all got pregnant, like, almost immediately. And I felt so honored to receive this blessed ovulation box. And so I'm not planning to necessarily use the strips. It's just a good omen along my journey. So that was something super, super just so exciting along the journey. And then a couple of days ago, Zohar, my husband, and I were walking walking our dog in the evening around sunset, and we happened to meet one of our neighbors that lives here in the RV park, who has a comfort golden that's mixed with a poodle. Have you heard of these comfort goldens? Apparently they're miniature goldens. They shed less and are smaller than goldens, and I imagine live longer because they're not a purebred. So stay tuned to see if we get one of these comfort goldens. And we met him, and it was such a synchronistic meeting because him and his wife just moved to this area. They're looking to buy land. They want to build a home. They're into home birthing and homeschooling, and they're about to start a family too. And so they're literally going to be our neighbors. They want to live in this specific area of Eastern Tennessee. And so we're going to host them and have dinner with them in a couple days. And I was like, I have such a good feeling about them. I feel like they're going to be one of those families that we raise our kids together. He's also an engineer. My husband's an engineer. She's an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm like, what? There's only 10 RVs in this RV park. And yeah, they're in one of them. And so after we parted ways, we were about to go back into the RV. And let me adjust this light a tiny bit. And we turn around, thank goodness, and start noticing that the sky is turning, like lighting up this orange, peach, red color, and there's rain clouds in the distance, in the direction of the sunset. And all of a sudden the rain starts raining orange and red. It was a phenomenal sight. I don't know about you, but I adore sunsets. They're one of my favorite things in the whole world, sunrise and sunsets. And so we were just in awe. And then we turn around, and on the opposite side of the sky is a rainbow. And the sun is not even out. It's like this impossible rainbow. I'm like, how is this even happening? And so we're just twirling from the rain clouds that are red to the rainbow. And it was one of those moments that feel like such a blessing from Mother Nature. It's happened to us before. These epic, actually it had just happened earlier that day. We went on a hike and there was this specific rock formation that we could see in the distance, and we were wondering if we could get to that rock formation. And Zohar intuitively guided us to the specific trail that you walk through these bushes and you walk out onto these rocks that are overlooking almost like a cliff, and it's just rolling mountains for as far as you can see. And so we sat at the edge of this rock, and literally we're in the clouds. Like, the clouds are coming from below us, through us, around us, and there was this huge crow that came and flew by us. You know, those those moments in nature that are such a spontaneous surprise and delight. They light our soul on fire. So we came from that hike and then had this sunset, and I was like, okay, this is a sign from Mother Nature. Either the sign is that this family that we just met, the husband is gonna be literally our, ride or die soul fam, or I'm pregnant and the baby just implanted into me, because it takes a couple days, right, after you make love for the little egg to implant. And so stay tuned for that. And then that night I started to feel, and I could totally not be pregnant, but I'm just letting you know what's going on. I started to feel this sensation on the right side of my ovaries, uterus, kind of this little cramp, a mini cramp. And I'm like, what's happening there? And then and then this thing with my throat started to happen. And when you first feel the sensation of something is coming, my body is fighting something, and I could not go to sleep. Like, the sensation in my throat got more and more intense, and I couldn't sleep all the way until 3 a.m. I was still awake. So I started to intuitively tune into, okay, what do I need in this moment to help my body heal? And boom, an idea came into my mind. Okay, get up. I know it's 2 a.m, but get up. Go heat up this soup that you have, this fresh chickpea soup that you had just made, and I sipped that. And then I went and found this little herbal elixir concoction tincture that I manifested. I had been wanting to get some elderberry at the cute little conscious mountain town in North Carolina that we stumbled upon. Or it was like Organic Gratitude Diner is what it's called. And so, yeah, it has echinacea, turkey tail, elderberry, and it's so sweet what it says. All herbs are hand-grown and harvested utilizing no-till, renewable methods without the use of synthetic chemicals or fertilizer. Right, so the woman who owns this brand really cares about, it's called Wise Earth. So I was looking around trying to find this little tincture, and I found it. So I took a dose of that. I also ate a grapefruit, right, trying to get some vitamin C. And then I knew I wasn't going to be able to go back to sleep, so I decided to do a guided meditation, my favorite Connect to Your Spirit Baby guided meditation, where first she literally guides you to align all of your chakras. And so it was so helpful to just get into this beautiful, relaxing, meditative state, and then connect to my spirit baby. That was just this ball of white light, this ball of joy and bliss, and it was so sweet to hold the baby and cuddle, nuzzle with the baby. And so that was another part of my journey. And then, so I told you in a previous episode about a spirit baby reading that I got. If you haven't listened to that episode, go listen to it. I experienced a big shift from that reading. And the woman who recommended that medium, that channel, that the one who did the reading, she got a reading, and in hers it said, okay, you're gonna have a baby boy, and the baby boy is gonna be conceived either the first week of January or not until summer in June. And I just saw her at a different women's, mostly mothers, circle, and I asked her, what's going on, and she said, okay, so the spirit baby reading said I could be pregnant, I could conceive the first week of January, and she said, and my period is late, and we did make love on January 1st, and she just sent me a voice message, and she took a pregnancy test, and she's pregnant. And so it's so important, right? When we're calling in, manifesting anything, when it shows up in your reality, celebrate it as if it is your own. So I am celebrating her conception, her joy. Oh my God, and her story is phenomenal. The spirit baby said, okay, there's a couple things that you need to do before I come, right? That will determine the timing of when I come. And one of them is I'm gonna need a lot of grounding time in nature. And they had already been wanting to move from where they were at, like a bigger piece of property. And she said after she got that clarity of what the baby needed and was requesting in order to come, she said it was insane how they manifested 55 acres of land in the mountains. She walks out on her property and it's 360 views of just beautiful trees and mountains, and they didn't even look for the property. Someone literally reached out to them and was like, hey, this is on the market, do you want it? And it was a seamless process. How freaking amazing is that? And how cool is it to tune into, or important to tune into the needs of our spirit babies? That's why I love doing these guided, connect to your spirit baby meditations. And you can do it, it's never too early, wherever you're at in your journey. One amazing woman, Victoria Rose, who is leading the preconception and fertility program that I'm going through right now, her story is she was so connected to her spirit babies before she even met their father that she said, okay, look, if you want to come to earth, you're gonna have to bring me your father. And she met him, weeks later he showed up. So it's like, when we slow down and really listen to our spirit babies and get clarity and honor their needs, boom, they can come rather quickly, which is exciting. And so, yeah, I just think that's amazing. And yeah, so those are a little bit of updates on my conception journey. I'm in it. I'm in the middle of it. I could be pregnant. I could not be pregnant. Zor, my husband, is just the absolute sweetest. I just want to talk him up for a minute because I woke up and, he wakes up before me, and so a lot of times he has early meetings and I don't, so I just stay in and let my body rest, and he, open the sliding door and comes in and comes and gives me a kiss, and is noticing I'm not saying anything and kind of waits and pauses, and I'm like, my throat is hurting and I didn't fall asleep until like 3 a.m, and he was just like, okay, well, I already made you warm mud, and I'll take out Hero, our pup, so you don't have to breathe in the cold air outside. And he made me a tea, and he's just the best caregiver ever. Right now, he's running errands, getting stuff for the RV, and I wanted Thai food, so he's picking up Thai food to bring to me because it's like warm and soupy. And yeah, and I think that's a testament to how I take do my best, right, to really take beautiful care of myself. I intuitively knew I was gonna need this at some point, so we bought this little tincture, and just staying up at night alone, taking really good care of myself, nourishing my body. I was thinking, let food be thy medicine, eating the grapefruit, being grateful for that is medicine. Taking these herbs as medicine, doing a chakra balancing meditation, like taking really good care of myself. And then, so in my outer world, I'm met with this immense amount of care that just fills my heart so much. And I desire that for you, for all women. And so, yeah, I have some exciting opportunities coming up in my world, in my brand. We are just finishing 30 days of divine daily devotions inside of my free Facebook community, Soul Sister Alliance. I will link that group down below if you want to join. It's a phenomenal group of soulful women. And I wanted to continue this journey of daily practices, daily devotion. And February is all about love, right? It's all about self-love. And so I decided to create a feminine February challenge where every day, Monday through Friday, I share a specific, simple, fun, feminine embodiment practice to do that day. And we go on this journey together with a group of women who are doing these practices, and we record little clips of ourselves doing the practices so we can see our transformation, our level of embodiment at the beginning of the month versus the end. And there's going to be an opening ceremony where I'm teaching and talking about feminine energy and becoming aware of what is the main thing that blocks you from embodying your feminine energy. So that's going to be so freaking powerful in itself. And then I'm doing a closing ceremony on February 29th. This is leap year, all about leaping into our wildest dreams. And so if you want to join along for that journey, I will link that below. If you want just the practices in the community, it's literally only $44 if you join the Facebook group. If not, it's $55. Or if you also want more support, I'm offering group weekly live coaching for an extra $400 if you're in the group, or $500 if you're not. And voice messaging support in between. Yeah, I just want February to be such a feminine, like sensual, magnetic time of our life journey where we turn up our magnetism so we can attract the desires of our heart. I know you have big, beautiful dreams in your heart, and I want to help you manifest them faster by really living intentionally and cultivating our beautiful feminine energy, which is so pleasant to be in, not only for yourself, but everyone in your life. And so, yeah, I would love to welcome you on that journey. And of course, I'm always available for one-on-one support. If my coaching practice fills up, you can get on a wait list. But right now I have a couple of spots. So if you're wanting to manifest the man of your dreams even faster, or you're wanting support on this preconception or conscious conception journey, I'm here to support you and serve you. I love you. I adore you. If you're listening to my voice right now, I'm sending you a big energetic hug. And I just feel so deeply in my soul that the more women that remember and reclaim their power, the ripple effect in the world and the collective consciousness will be huge. And so let's do it. And let's do it together. It makes it so much more amazing. Sacred sisterhood and going on this journey together. Okay, loves, I love you so much. Thanks for coming along for the journey, and I will be sharing an update next week.